Hey, Rocky Dreamfall here, and just to give everyone a quick heads up before the video starts, this video was filmed in December of 2024, edited March of this year, and I didn't finish editing it till much later, and I had decided to finally post this in January of 2025. So the audio is not great, storytelling is not great. I wasn't really uploading at the time. Have you guys ever wanted to leave your state or country to get away from family, friends, or the worries of failing your college classes during the finals week? Well, I sure as shit have. And as a matter of fact, I did. For my 21st birthday, I went to Arizona to hang out and live with one of my best friends, Joey. That's pretty much all the context you need. So, enjoy, subscribe, and I'll catch you later, I guess. My day started, well, before the day started, to be honest. I woke up dark and early at bumfuck 5 a.m. to pack my bags and get my shit together. My parents decided that we'd be leaving the house at 9, and wow, we're on the road already. There were a couple cool sights here and there, but ultimately it was a 6-hour car ride. It was about as exciting as watching K-pop Demon Hunters for 6 hours. Eventually we reached Yuma and we stopped at a Carl's Jr. in a gas station, so hey, that was really nice. And after another few hours on the road, we stopped again at this big ass gas station, which was literally the biggest gas station I have ever seen in my life. Oh my god. I mean, like, what? Look at this! After finding a shiny Staraptor in Pokemon Showdown, we finally arrived in Arizona. Well, where we were supposed to be in Arizona. We were already in Yuma. I don't know why. Who wrote this script? I was meant to meet up with Fred a few hours later, but, you know, he still had classes and doing some finals, so me and my family decided to hang out at the mall for a few hours. And that's when I learned that my parents would be cutting my trip even shorter. And I was pretty upset about this, to say the least. Eventually, we left the mall and decided to head towards my family's hotel. It was pretty nice, honestly, and I decided to go for a bit in the hotel's pool, because I had brought pool clothes, so I figured, might as well. While they got situated in the hotel for the weekend, I met up with my high school homie, Fred. I met Fred in freshman year of high school, and we became friends in sophomore year, and we've been pretty close for a decent chunk of time, and while I've changed a lot, he hasn't changed a bit. He introduced me to my temporary home for the weekend, and we hit the town. It was super fun because we kept running into these little DoorDash robots that were super dumb and cute and stupid and funny, but also because we got to catch up the entire time, and it was really fun. Hell, I don't see him as much anymore because we both live in California, but he goes to Arizona for school most of the year. After breaking into one of the music rooms so Joe could show us some of his musical talents on the piano, we jumped onto the local transit and made our way to town. And fun fact about Arizona, their public transit is free. Hey, California, could you take some notes? Please, that's a really good idea. While walking past some bars, I got to meet some of his friends of his classes, and while they were out getting shit-faced celebrating the end of the semester, we had better plans. We went back to Joey's place to get shit-faced and make spaghetti. Now, this wasn't my first time drinking, as I had drank on my birthday. And as it stands, my current alcohol of choice is soju and sake. Wow, this script was written 8 months ago. I do really love soju and Sprite together, and I mean, it's fruity, refreshing, and subtle but fun. And I had to try the hard Mountain Dew, because I practically lived on regular Mountain Dew during high school. And I just have to say, what the fuck is that? Anyways, we cooked dinner together, and it really did feel like a full circle moment. I was hanging out with one of my closest friends, cooking and drinking, laughing and reminiscing. Hell, some of y'all motherfuckers probably think this is some sort of gay awakening. Though, don't worry, that's not till 2027. We watched Goodfellas and decided, you know what, we'll go to a bar or two. But as it turns out, I wanted to live in the moment and actually enjoy myself. So there isn't a whole lot of footage, but hey, here's the nachos I ate. Wasn't worth 25 bucks, but there was a pretty nasty bar fight, and the police arrived, and they tried to break things up, and then I had to get out of there really quickly. But I was piecing the scene, and I was going back to Joey's apartment when I recorded this. It's midnight. Back to Joey's apartment. Not my proudest moment, but I'm glad I get to have this moment. After finally crashing, I fell asleep and woke up to the sound of sorority girls moaning in the bedroom apartment above us. God, I love Arizona. We went out for our morning walk because Joey had nicely planned out our entire weekend together. We would be checking out his campus before going on an insane mountain hike, then going to get some of the best food in the city, supposedly, going to a game store, going to play Magic the Gathering with his club, and then hanging out. So let's start with the campus. Yeah, that was fast. You didn't miss much. Then we went on this insanely high hike, and fuck? This place is beautiful. Like, genuinely, it is so pretty and isolated. And here's a bunch of photos. Like, I mean, come on. I love hiking, so this is one of the favorite parts of the trip for me. Like, genuinely, I don't get to see things like this too much, just because in California, while there are a bunch of areas, I usually am not allowed to be going out this much. On the way down from the hike, I fell asleep in the car because it was like 40 minutes away from the apartment and I was exhausted after last night. And after that workout, oh, forget about it. I woke up and we got to this really small ramen store that, I'll be so for real, I didn't have a lot of hope in. But oh my god. The flavors were insane. The dish was served piping hot. This was honestly some of the best ramen I've ever had in my life. It was better than sex, but not as good as the game store we stopped by on the way home. They had a base set Jungle Box, Pokemon cards, Magic cards, Pokemon cards, One Piece cards, Pokemon cards, and so much more. Anyways, we headed home for a little bit, hung out, opened some of the Pokemon packs, and decided we were ready to get going with the rest of the nerd herd. See, at the time of recording this, I had only just started learning and playing Magic a few months back, but it quickly became a game that I really liked. All the different cards and strategies, the arts, I just love card games, dude. I can do a little promo here, but I'm gonna save that for later. Like, I love the Pokemon TCG the most, but Magic is pretty sick too. I was able to meet some of Joey's like-minded friends, and they proceeded to welcome me in with open arms and stab me through the abdomen as they kicked my ass continuously and mercilessly for 3 hours. It was still fun though, and hey, that's what alcohol was made for. Coping! That's a joke. Don't drink to cope. After that intense session of getting pounded by the boys, production, can we reword that? We headed home, and oh my god, I slept like an absolute rock. Seriously. After a day like that, I needed some serious rest. Unfortunately, all good things do and will come to an end. I helped clean my temporary home, and we left to go do some final destinations. It was a surreal experience looking around one last time, knowing that in just a few hours, I'd be getting yelled at and judged for on the way back home, my actual home. As we once again hopped onto the free transit, California, please. We arrived to a small swap meet on the side of a road that stretched down for about an hour. There were some really cool memories here and some things that we bought that I probably shouldn't mention in this, but let's just say this was a really big highlight of the trip. And I actually don't have a script anymore. I didn't finish the script, but I actually just remember this trip so much because this really did change my life. The reason we had gone to the swap meet center is because a little down the road, little down the ways, there was this beautiful little store. I don't remember why we were going. No, restaurant. And it's because Joey wanted to try out some of these hot dogs with me that he had tried before that were just impeccable. So we went over there, and if you know anything about me, I like food a lot. So I also got some tacos, and oh lord. Pictures on screen, please. Chat, these were some of the best food I have ever had. Genuinely, I don't know if it's because of the nostalgia speaking or just the fact that I was in a new place, but this food was really, really good. After giving my compliments, we left, and we took the train back. We went back to Joey's apartment that had housed me, did some final looking around, recalled the memories that we had made previously there, and we went to Dutch Bros. For those of you who don't know, Dutch Bros is my favorite drink of all time, my favorite coffee of all time. I had planned to meet my parents at that Dutch Bros to pick me up, and we would start our way back. And once we got there, that was it. I got my coffee, my parents showed up, gave friend one last hug, and we left. On the way back, all I could do was reminisce on the memories, because honestly, It was such an unforgettable experience. It was one of the first times I left California to go anywhere other than Mexico, and genuinely it changed my perspective on a lot of things. I got to feel so happy, so free. I'll never forget this experience, and I can't wait to do it again. Either in Arizona or in another state, but I'm very grateful that I got to do this. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon.